Karn, a powerful planeswalking golem, created by Urza himself, had a penchant for mathematical perfection, something he could not find in the flawed existing planes of the multiverse. In Karn's view, it was living beings that hindered these planes from reaching mathematical perfection. It was with that understanding that Karn created the plane that would be MIRRODIN, a realm completely devoid of living beings. When Karn left this new world to train the well-proportioned planeswalker, Jeska, he entrusted the golem Memnarch with stewardship of the realm. Though, like Karn, Memnarch slowly became self-aware, and within him awoke a desire to learn about the multiverse. To this end, the now sentient golem began abducting beings from other planes to inhabit MIRRODIN. When Karn returned to MIRRODIN, now teeming with life, he discovered a new type of perfection. For Memnarch's madness not only bore life to the metallic plane, it also brought with it the beautiful blubber nuggets of the multiverse. From the mini mounds that are Melior's mosquito bites to Gliss's gigantic gazongas, from the furry funbags of the Leonin to the double D Moriak mommy milkers, from Volshuk's shirt potatoes to the undead udders of the nymph. Come with me now, as we explore the milkers of MIRRODIN. Part 1. Leonin Lady Lumps. The catfolk of MIRRODIN, the Leonin, are an honor-based and highly religious sect. The only thing bigger than a Leonin's devotion to the white sun is the Lady Leonin's large love muffins. Fortunately for the many visitors to Tashnar, the Leonin capital, the perfect breasts of these felines are often on full display, as these cat people subscribe to the philosophy, less is more. Though some Leonin soldiers prefer to showcase their orbs with form-fitting boob armor, the Abuna are the religious leaders of MIRRODIN Leonin. One of these clerics is Kemba, who united the Leonin against the Phyrexians when they invaded MIRRODIN. Kemba's Abuna Arugas are among the most magnificent meatballs in MIRRODIN. Two perfectly balanced spheres held tightly together by steel chest armor, with a large boob window to showcase her immaculate cleavage. Let's take a few moments to enjoy some more tasty cat flaps. Oh yes, those are some scrumptious dumplings. But this is just the beginning of our jiggly journey. Next we will visit the Leonin's nomadic neighbors. Part 2. Auriok Alps. In the Razor Fields, alongside the top-heavy Leonin lionesses, are the full-bosomed babes of the nomadic Auriok people. Not to be outdone by the Leonin, the Auriok women also prefer to wear little clothes. Among the most scantily clad of the Auriok are the champions that lead each tribe. One notable champion is the B-Cup Daffrey, whose magnificence was recorded by the Leonin seer, Ashendi, who said of the champion, an obvious reference to the fog lamps on her chest. Another great champion was Rhea, the hero of Blade Hold, whose muscular marangos inspired many to take up arms against the Phyrexians when they invaded MIRRODIN. It is because of Rhea the men of Murn got to witness the fabulous furred flappers of the Leonin lookers bounce in tandem with the captivating coconuts of the Auriok enchantresses when she amassed a defensive made of both tribes. Still, many pleasing pairs were lost in the battle with Phyrexia. The shapely Auriok turned to faith, pleading for angelic intervention. Part 3. Heavenly Humdingers. Revered by the Auriac, the voluptuous angels that inhabited MIRRODIN had the most phenomenal odes to joy. A few of these heavenly beings were covered nearly head to toe in armor, some even being pure platinum. While others wore so slight attire that their pristine and luminous bodies could be enjoyed by all who witnessed them. So striking was the beauty of the angels' shapely breasts. Deaf mass duplicants often sought out dead angels to steal their form, so that they may look down upon the angelic globes themselves. Not all inhabitants of MIRRODIN put their faith in the well-endowed heavenly beings. Some communities found their hope in science. Part 4. Norak Niblets. The Norak are a human ethnic group that live on the shores of the Quicksilver Sea. While many of these Quicksilver cuties work as wizards in flowing robes that make it hard to appreciate their mother loads, others act as rogues and wear skin-tight stealth suits or liquimetal armor which perfectly show off their milk monsters. Just look at those bacon hangers. It is no wonder why the Vedalken recruit the ample proportion Norak vixens as servants. But enough about Norak knockers. Let's turn our attention further down the Quicksilver coast, where the sea meets the dark slick shores of the Mephedros. Part 5. Mephedros Milkers. Sludge, toxic chemicals, black ichor, and epic boobs are a few of the things you may come across should you venture into the Mephedros swamplands. A race of humans called the Moriak reside in these swamps. While their general appearance is often pale and sickly, the same cannot be said of the female Moriak's healthy honkers, which are among the most immense mammaries in all of MIRRODIN. Due to a black metal plate that often grows over the Moriak's eyes, many unlucky men are cursed to never see the superb tits that surround them. To make matters worse, the necrogen mist emitted by the giant smokestacks of the Mephedros turn many Moriak into the undead Nim through prolonged exposure. The good news is, in many cases their meaty flesh bulbs remain after turning. So while many Nim may be bearers of woe, they are also bearers of some nice twofers. Nim Norks are not the only undead others you may come across should you visit the Dross. The remarkable vampiric pointers of the sultry black coven honeys are a wondrous sight to behold. Though should you come across one of these alluring vamps with their delicious doubletons, I would suggest not turning your back on them, for they are as deadly as they are beautiful. Just ask their favorite prey, the people of the Tangle. Part 6. Silvak Sugarplums. The reclusive Silvak are a group of human druids who live in MIRRODIN's Tangle. They often wear long coats of metal armor that hide their cleavage. This is rectified by the ample amount of side bulge present when wearing this armor. That is some wonderful lateral cleavage. Peekaboo indeed. Some of the enticing Silvak women prefer to wear more traditional druidic attire that better facilitates hunting and gathering, as well as showing off their gorgeous gel fruits. Oh, how I would love to be an eternal witness to the spectacular rib cushions of these druidic damsels. The most resplendent pair of Silvak bardoinkies were possessed by the shaman Kessler. In what may be the greatest tragedy to befall MIRRODIN, Kessler's buxom bebops were destroyed when the shaman sacrificed herself in an effort to defeat the invading Phyrexians. With the loss of those scrumptious plumpers, many Murrans lost the will to battle. Another important Silvak sweetie is Melia. Unlike Kessler's pair of heavy jugs, Melior's mammals were nothing more than pert anthills. Though, like all breasts, they were still glorious, and many Mirrodin men would die in battle defending her itty-bitties. Knowing one day Melior's modest zonkers and her ability to cure phyresis would be crucial in the battle for MIRRODIN, the planeswalker Elspeth, who had some nice armadillos herself, took on the role of protecting the Silvuk girl. Melior eventually left Elspeth to help the Volshak Koth cure his people in the Oxida chain. Part 7. Volshak Shakers. In the Oxida chain there live a group of barbarians and shamans called the Volshak. The Volshak maidens have massive muscles and even bigger gongas. When the robust boulders of these barbaric bells are not bouncing in battle, they are soaked with boob sweat in the forge, as the Volshak are the preeminent blacksmiths on MIRRODIN. The sultry sorceresses of the Volshak harness MIRRODIN's powerful lightning to be used in battle. And should her foe manage to pry their gaze from the shaman's plentiful pokers, they would see her eyes burning bright with passion. For all Volshak feel emotions as heavy as their iron-covered hooters, and as deep as the pits of Koldatha. Yes, the top-heavy hotties are wonderful to look at, but I wouldn't get too touchy. The breasts on these dames can reach temperatures hot enough to melt copper. Hot kicks indeed. Before we get burned, let us return to the tangle. We have yet to examine the hardy milk fountains of Viridian elves. Part 8. Elvish Eclairs. The Viridian elves are the lime-skinned damsels of the tangle. They are known for their reverence for nature, as well as their gorgeous green hoo-haws. In fact, the Bambi thumpers found on some of these Viridian vixens are almost as massive as the borax they hunt. The elves use every part of these animals: the meat for food, their copper hides to make weapons and armor. They even use their horns as instruments. Just look at this babe. She could blow my horn any periodic of the cycle. All Viridian elves oppose the artificial forces in MIRRODIN and adhere to the ritualistic dismantling of artifacts. So when you see a nice elven rat, you know it's all natural. Most elves prefer to stay within their forested communities, while a few choose to share their hefty jubblies with all of MIRRODIN and go on journeys of discovery. An even smaller number of elves choose to hide deep within the tangle to protect and chronicle the lore of the plane. Such a shame to hide such wondrous bazumbas. The most notable looker of the Viridian elves was Glissa Sunseeker. And quite a pair of bangers did she have. A nice fart box too. After Memnarch killed her parents and laid waste to her village with giant machines called levelers, the enormously endowed Glissa sought revenge. She tracked down Memnarch in the heart of the plain. In a righteous fury, Glissa attacked the golem, her boobs jiggling magnificently all the while. Despite her fervent attacks, Memnarch was able to get the upper hand. In a moment of desperation, Glissa flung herself at him, knocking them both into MIRRODIN's core, and thus ended the reign of Memnarch, Khan's greatest folly. Don't shed a tear for those mammies just yet. Miraculously, Glissa survived with her milkers intact. Khan chose Glissa, along with the goblin Slowbad and the lich head Geth, to be the new guardians of MIRRODIN. I am sure they will work out much better than the last guardian. Part 9. Phyrexian Face Warmers.
If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Patreon link in the description. Thank you to all my wonderful patrons.